All right, seventh graders, this is the part two of the video for test prep for the week of November 9th. So here is the last part of our test prep. So writing equations from coordinate graphs. So I'm going to use a sports analogy. I know. But let's write an equation that gives the number of total at bats for Y and the total number of hits secured in X. So just so you know, for those that don't know baseball well, an at bat is when you have a chance to hit. All right, you have a chance to be up at the batter's box. And a hit made is when you make contact with the ball and you don't get out and you get to first base or second base. That's called a hit. So let's pretend that Mike Trout, my favorite baseball player, and Xander's too, I think, is for every two at bats, he gets a hit one time, which is actually really good. So we're going to find, the first thing is find coordinate points. Now, if you notice, these axes are intervals of 2. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So the first one is going to be, it looks like I marked it at the axis here of 1, 2. So it's quite in the middle, but we can't verify that for sure. But so we're going to go to the first one for sure, where it intersects both lines. So that has an x of 2, and then it has a y of 2 and 4. So 2, 4. And then if you went to 3, you could see it's here, 3 and 6. So 3 and then 2, 4, 6. And if we went to 4, 2, 4 is the x, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 4, and 8. So you can see something here, right? So it looks like every time we have a value of x, y is doubled, right? So therefore, our equation must be two things. You could write it as y is equal to 2 times x, or y divided by 2 is x. And we can plug them in just to prove it. So let's take 2 and 4 for both. So if x is 2, 2 times 2 would be a y of 4. That works. And over here, if we had y is 4, 4 divided by 2 equals x, which would be 2. So yes, that works. So our equations are both of these. Either of them is fine. Typically, you're going to use multiplication, though, but we can use either. They're both accurate. So that's our equation for this baseball problem. Y equals 2x. And now if we extend the graph, let's say we keep going along this line, we could take that line as far as we want, something like that. So if we have that line going on and we extended it, we're going to use the same graph for Mike Trout and his current batting streak if it's still y is equal to 2x. Well, what would Mike's at bats be if he had 10 hits? So when we get to this point, now we can't really see the axis point, but we can make a mathematical prediction that's going to be accurate on this because it's a line. So what would this point be? So I'll delete that just so it's not kind of bugging us. So I can plug in the value. So here's my value, 10 and h. 10 and h. So what would h be? Well, I knew that I can just multiply x by 2. So 10 times 2 would get me a y of 20. So if he gets 10 at bats, if he gets 10 hits, it must have come from 20 at bats, given that y is double 2x. You could also go backwards. We could divide 20 for y by the x, which is 10, and you would get 2. So that is one that works. So, ladies and gentlemen, seventh graders, we learned a lot of stuff in a short set of videos, about 23 minutes or so. Go back and rewind, rewatch as you need to. But I know that if you use these slides as practice and you feel good about it, you'll probably have some success on the test. Remember, I'm going to make the test available during your math time, which is 10 a.m. on Tuesday. If you feel like you need more time, use the math time that we would have been in live lessons to study and practice for that. And then the test has to be completed by 4 o'clock on Wednesday, the 11th. Okay, so I know you'll do great. Please send me some questions. Tuesday, I won't really have time for questions during my day from 10 to 4, but I'll try to get to them as I can. I know you'll do great. It's been fun, and see you later. Bye for now.